Welcome to Home Team Advantage. This is Mike Egan. I'm Gary Gimbetti, and
Almost forgot who I was.
that's right. I almost did. So
Must have been my mask that I'm wearing for Halloween.
yeah, yeah. We talked about dressing up last week, but you can tell that didn't
Well,
come
we have
through.
costumes for radio, right?
That's right.
Just like our faces.
Yep. So we have some a few things to talk about here.
Before we get started, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you and to everybody.
Celebrating with our unofficial sponsor today, drinking pumpkin latte,
That's it.
whatever that is.
Yeah, tonight.
They got pumpkin seeds in it?
No
Okay.
pumpkin seeds. But tonight's going to be,
Well, you must get quite a show there,
A
all those
classic.
people going up Pill Hill.
yeah, we got Pill Hill, and then we have the family across the street
Oh, that's right, they had the big
with all the
display.
decorations there, and it's very. You have to come and see it. I mean, it's out of this world what they do over there. So
It's neat.
it is, and they have I know it's like a maze in there. I have never been through it, obviously, but they allow you to walk through there, and I know the gentleman will probably be wearing his Yeti costume again tonight. He'll be walking around, and they hand out bags of candy, I
Nice.
guess. So that's what I've heard. I've never really talked to them that much. I've talked to her a little bit, though, but I've never really talked to the guy over there. So, and that's unfortunate because we are neighbors. I mean, it should.
Just so you know, that's on 7th, right?
That's on 7th, 2700, and they were featured on, I think, ABC News the other day,
Are they really?
on the
Oh,
local news.
local news?
Local news, not nationally, I don't think.
Did what's her name come up in?
I don't know who the reporter was. I haven't seen it, so I'll have to go maybe check that
Well,
out.
usually
today.
it's Renee. So
Well, I could have been her, and it's too bad that I missed it. If they brought a vehicle up, obviously, it's too bad I missed it because I'm usually sitting at home all day anyway, and it's too bad they didn't come across the street and knock on my door. And
did you notice that I'm on first name basis with Renee?
you must be, yeah. How was that?
Because I watch This Is Mining every Sunday
Oh,
night.
okay. So, yeah, I know. Come and check it out, and we're gonna get. I don't know. I would say thousands of kids are gonna.
Oh yeah.
Going to be out on the streets tonight. It doesn't. I mean, it's supposed to snow out, from what we were told,
Yeah, I don't think we're.
but
gonna,
it doesn't look like we're going to get any.
That's all right.
It's going to be a little cold out though, so make sure you dress properly.
Yeah, wear the long johns under the
Ooh,
costumes.
that's right. Stay warm and have fun. Don't go out and freeze and not enjoy it. It's a fun night for everybody, and hopefully we have enough candy.
But your kid's young enough. Did you live in that house then? Did you take him up Pill Hill?
Yeah, we would go because my son was friends with a individual
Lives
whose
up there?
parents lived up there.
Oh,
So yeah, they'd go trick or treating together, and they would be up at Pill Hill there.
I know I was talking about Mr. Lees lives up there, and he said they go through. They might as well back a truck from Sullivan up there. The candy they go through. So,
Well,
used to go through 20 bags.
what's that?
We used to go through 20 bags.
20 bags?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, we bought at least that a couple weeks ago. I don't know how much of it's gone now because we probably ate it.
I was gonna say.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at your waistline.
So I don't know. My wife told me not to buy any more candy, so I don't know if I will or not today. And I listened to her so well, but we'll see what happens. We
Okay.
might need an extra. But once we're done, we're done. I mean, then the light will go out, and
Yeah.
and then unfortunately, a lot of kids will probably miss out on.
Yeah.
But we just buy the little bags of the miniatures and,
Nice.
and put them in a big bowl and then toss them out to the kids. So it'll have fun. And then I have not that anybody cares, but I usually on tradition of grilling steaks tonight.
Ooh.
So
Did you get the invite? I didn't either.
no, I haven't invited anybody over. So that's my tradition on Halloween is to grill and.
Also, I need to, before we go, we need to send out our condolences to Babe Glumac and Mint Harris and those New York Yankee fans that unfortunately lost to the Dodgers last night.
Yeah, yeah. It's You know, it's really hard to feel bad for teams that spend $500 billion on teams. I don't know if it's billions, but it's probably millions. And you know, both of them did. I mean, and it finally paid off for one of them.
Right.
I mean, that they put, because usually, I mean, like Texas won it last year, and Texas, I don't think their payroll's anywhere near what the Yankees and Dodgers have.
Well, this year was kind of like the battle of the Titans. New York has their big studs that they pay buku bucks for, and L.A. had theirs. And fortunately for the Yankees, Freeman and the boys for the Dodgers, the big money guys, came through.
Yeah,
So-
they did. I don't know if Shohei Ohtani had that big of a series.
No, I don't think he got. Well, and then he got hurt. He slid into second base and got hurt.
So that one, but fortunately for the Dodgers, they had those other guys to
Yeah.
pick up the slack for them, and the Yankees should have had other guys to pick up the slack for Aaron Judge, but and they did in games 3 and 4 and 4 and 5, the day before and then yesterday.
Yeah.
They had guys come through, but boy, that fifth inning I heard was a clown show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you drop a fly ball,
And
and the pitcher doesn't cover first base on a ball hit to the right side of
Mhm.
the infield, and
Little
Wow.
stuff. Little stuff. Yep.
stuff you're supposed to, like Ron and I were talking before the show, stuff you're supposed to learn in Little League.
Well, it's kind of like watching the Twins. Did
Well, I don't know if the Twins would have dropped. I think that's one thing we can say about Byron Buxton is I don't think he would have ever dropped a fly ball. I mean, that.
No, he just runs into the wall.
Well, yeah, he hurts himself going being too aggressive after fly balls, but yeah, to have a player the caliber of Aaron Judge drop a fly ball like that, and I haven't seen it, so I
Oh, hit right
I
here.
don't know,
Yeah.
but it hit the heel of his
Hit the heel of
glove
the glove and doink.
and fell to the ground. I mean that, and they did retake the lead, I think.
Yep.
But then the Dodgers scored
Came back,
2 runs
two
in
runs.
the 8th inning, and the Yankees could not recover from
Yep.
that one. So yeah, so for Babe and Mint, we feel bad for you.
Yeah. Well, like Yogi Bear used to say, there's always next year.
Sure. Or if there's a fork in the road,
Yeah,
take it.
take it.
Yeah. So
Anyways, we gotta do a 180. We gotta get back to high school first. Congratulations to the girls cross country team. They're heading down to state Saturday.
they start Saturday. I think it's sometime like 10:30 in the morning. They're running. They did win their 4th straight section title last week by 1 point over Chisago Lakes. So it was you couldn't
It was
get
a
any
nail
closer
biter.
than that. Yeah, and it was like with live streaming. Trent Janicic had his phone out and he was live streaming it. And then as they were crossing the finish line, Hibbing was in first. Then Chisago was in first.
Yeah.
Then it changes. Hibbing was in first, then Chisago was in first, and then finally, it ended up that Hibbing scored I think like 46 points, and then Chisago Lakes had 47. So, and that's how it turned out.
No, now wait a minute now. You said Hibbing had 46 and Chisago Lakes had 47. So wouldn't Chisago Lakes be the winner?
No, the lower number.
Oh, the lower number. See, that's
In
how much I don't know
cross-country.
about cross country.
That's the lower number.
Oh,
Every place you take adds. So if you place first, you have 1 point.
okay,
If you place third, then it goes to 4.
okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's how it works on its way up. So
Well, anyways, congratulations.
yeah, and Hibbing had like 4 runners in the top 10, as did Chisago obviously did too, and then it was that 5th runner that really turned the tables and got Hibbing the win. So
Unfortunately, the boys cross country are not going to state.
they are not. They did get their first individual since 2015 to go down to state, and that's Jake Wally, who finished, I believe, it was either 5th or 6th overall. He finished just behind his cousin from Hermantown, so he didn't quite beat him like he wanted to, but he was right behind him, and that got what got him to state
Yeah.
tournament. So good for Jake.
Imagine what Thanksgiving dinner will be like with those two.
Yeah.
at the table.
Well, now he's going to focus on him at state, so
Yeah.
we'll see. And Cooper Lucarelli is his name, and he's a year younger than Jake, so Jake doesn't want his younger cousin to
To beat 'em.
beat him again. But Cooper's a good runner.
Good.
Too bad they didn't stay in Hibbing, but that's the way things work.
Yeah.
So.
And Chisholm's got a few going?
Oh, Chisholm, yeah, we have to give a shout out to Olivia Pascuzzi and Destiny Schmitz. Olivia was the Section 7A champ, and Destiny, I think, finished 5th last week over in Coleraine. So they are going to state, and they run Saturday at like, I want to say 2:30.
Yeah.
So they got a long wait. You know, I don't know what you do
In between?
in between when
Yeah.
you're, you know, you go down Friday and do your walkthrough on the course, and now you gotta stay down there, sleep overnight, and then wake up, and you got 7 or 8 hours that you
To
gotta
wait,
kill
yeah.
before, unless you go watch the rest of the you know, meets, because
Well, they do have the Mall of America. down
well, that's
there.
true. They can go shopping if they so desire.
Where is that being held at?
It's at the Les Bolstead Golf Course,
St. Paul.
which is in Minneapolis on the
Oh.
I think it's by the campus of the University of
Okay.
Minnesota. Because I think that's where the
Oh.
Gophers golf teams play their matches, I think.
I remember that from last year that was they used to have it there all the time.
No, it was down
Right.
in Northfield, actually, at
No,
St.
before
Ol-
Northfield though, it used to be.
Oh, maybe, I don't know where
yeah,
it was.
They left there and then they went back, and then last year was the first year they had it back. And you are correct, as I should have known, that it is at the University of Minnesota Golf Course.
Yeah, so, so it's a lot easier, obviously. I think it's a lot easier to get there than driving to Northfield, because Northfield's what? It's 30 to 45 minutes south
Yeah.
of the cities. So,
Isn't that a movie? The Great Northfield Raid?
Raid, yep. Jesse James, I think,
Yep.
had a hand in that one. So, yeah, good luck to them. I mean, I'm hoping I'm gonna get this right. They're Gianna Figueroa, Emma Rainey, and Tara Hertling are the 3 seniors that are making their last appearances. Both Gianna and Avery have been to state 4 times, so they're the 2 veterans, really. Tara's been there, run twice. She didn't come out till her sophomore year,
So she's an alternate then.
so she was an alternate and didn't run, so this is her 2nd year.
Nice.
Then there's Hannah Farnsworth. Again, I'm gonna draw a blank. Morgan Schnortz, Ava Vidmar, and who the heck is the other one?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'll come up with it.
Yeah.
I know I'll come up with it.
As Mr. Biden would say, I don't know.
No. So, come on.
Yeah, if anybody out there, send us a text or give us a call.
I'm gonna I don't wanna forget somebody, and I'm going to, and I knew I was gonna do that, and once I started naming them. It's racking my brain. So there was Emma, Gianna, and Tara,
It's not listed on your phone anywhere?
Avery, Morgan, Ava. No, I don't have it in my phone.
The first name start with a letter of the alphabet?
Yeah, one of the letters of the alphabet. Come on. Why am I
Well-
blanking? I don't know why I'm blanking.
Must be too much of that pumpkin latte
That's it.
with a little bit of, you know what in there.
And it's gotta be,
Scotch?
and I should, come on. This is bugging me now.
Okay,
I'm not gonna be able to do the rest of the show now until I figure out who it is.
well, take 2.
So you better start talking.
I'll start doing my job.
But the swimmers, they were 4th at the Lake Superior Conference meet last week. They run, or they swim now. Yeah, now see, I got running on my brain. But there's sections, I believe, they're not this week, but they're next week. Thursday, the prelims, and then Saturday will be the finals.
Is that where?
That'll be in Grand Rapids.
Okay.
So that's where they're swimming for that, because last year they had it here. And I'm blanking out on that. And I have nothing that can tell me who they are.
What day did you write about it?
Call the AD.
Well, it would have ran last Friday, so if you can come up with last Friday's story.
We could call that, we should have him come on the show,
Well,
our new athletic
our athletic
director.
director, and
I would assume you have him on speed dial.
oh, certainly.
I'll call him up.
should.
Call him. We're a top-notch show here. We have all the right answers.
That's
If we
right.
answer the phone.
If he answers the
Oh,
phone.
he'll answer the phone.
Yeah.
Well, what else you wanna talk about, Mike, while he's, down
Yeah.
there?
Well, winter sports is here.
Yeah.
Girls hockey starts pretty quick.
Girls hockey
Get the
started.
practice ready, so.
Yep.
Hey, I'm on the air right now at HPAT. Hey, I'm forgetting, I'm blanking on one of your girls. I can't remember who I'm blanking on. But they're Gianna, Emma, and Tara are your seniors. Okay. Then I know there's Avery, Morgan, and Ava. And who's the other one? Oh, Hannah Farnsworth. That's the
Oh,
one.
wow.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be blanking on her. Well, that's why I'm calling you, so we don't mess that up. So,
Tell me it's our open invitation for him to come on the show.
yeah, this is your open invitation to come on our show one day. All right, well, we'll do it after the state, after you win a state this weekend.
Bring the trophy.
Not next Tuesday, though.
All right, well, thank you for helping me out. Yeah, all right, yeah, bye.
I thought you mentioned Hannah's first name.
I did mention Hannah, I
Yeah?
thought.
So who's the one that you forgot though?
That would have been the one. So, that would be, yeah, because it was
Our-
Hannah Farnsworth was the
Our
one that-
apologies to
Our
Ron-
apologies
Ron
to the Farnsworth.
and his daughter.
Farnsworth is, I just
Farnsworth
totally blanked
family.
So it's Gianna, Emma.
Oh, he's gonna
Yeah, I'm gonna
forget
forget
now.
again. And Tara, Avery Kukowski, Hannah Farnsworth, Morgan Schnortz, and Ava Vidmar.
There you go.
Are the 7 runners. So good luck
Yeah.
to them this weekend. And thanks for Coach Please for helping me out.
Coach. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Coach, good.
'Cause
Coach
he's the
slash
coach.
AD.
AD. So there we go. And again, the swimmers. Next week, they'll decide who's going to state for them. This weekend is section finals in football.
Yep.
Mesabi East is playing Moose Lake, Willow River, and Esco tonight. And then the big one tomorrow is Cherry Mountain Iron Buell over in Aurora.
Yep.
So if you're looking for something to do, and again, Mountain Iron is just a machine. I mean, I don't. They put up 90 points in one.
91 points. Yeah, it's.
I don't know how. It's really hard to say why they did that, but I mean, the other team has the ability to stop you. I mean,
Well, I got a report on the Chisholm Deer River game from last weekend. It wasn't a pretty sight, but unfortunately, the Chisholm players weren't treated very well by the officials over there.
really,
Yes. One of the young players from Chisholm happened to score a touchdown, and the official looked at him and goes, "Nice play. Too bad it don't count."
Oh.
And they took the touchdown away from him.
Wow. Well, I haven't talked to Coach Milani
Yeah.
yet, so I don't know what. I'll have to find out
Yeah.
if we're together at Thanksgiving. I'll have to find out what happened.
But Deer River, they're tough too. I mean,
Oh.
they're always tough team to play.
They are, no doubt.
So,
But then they get out of the section, and I don't think they're
as good as.
as good as some
Well,
of the other teams around the state.
Isn't that really what happens with all the northern teams once
Well.
they get down to?
Well, Mountain Iron, I know Coach Zubich wants to get back at Nevis if they can, because Nevis beat them in the quarterfinals last
Last
year
year.
in Grand Rapids, so he wants to get back, and if he can, I mean, obviously the game's not gonna be decided till tomorrow night.
Right.
So that's their goal, is to get back and hopefully play Nevis again, but I don't know how they set the draws up for that either. I mean,
Yeah.
you might not get to play them again.
And it's not like Mountain Iron didn't really dismantle Cherry last time they played.
Oh, no, they did.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
I don't know, I'll have to talk to their coach today, do the preview story and
Okay.
find out what they're gonna be doing differently, that maybe pull an upset, who knows? I mean, you never know.
Never know.
It's high school sports.
Well, your Minnesota Vikings will move into the pro side. We're kind of running low on time, but they signed a tackle now to replace the left tackle Darius.
Christian Darrisaw tore his ACL and his MCL last
Yeah.
week on a very, I don't know why they were, I heard yesterday, I don't know why they were even trying to run a play at the end of the half. because it didn't do, it wasn't, they weren't gonna get anywhere downfield there, and then the torque on his leg was enough to rip both those MCL and ACL. So yeah, they traded for a guy from Jacksonville, who's, you know, you usually don't find left tackles on the market.
No.
So this guy's I would assume he's decent, but would they trade him if he was decent? I mean,
You think they'll have any more trades coming up here before the 5th?
well, yeah, I don't know. I
Trade
mean,
deadline? They were talking about it this morning about, you know, some of the New York has a wide receiver they think they might get rid of, and what's Jerry Jones gonna do to salvage his year with the Dallas Cowboys, and what trades will they make? And then they came to the Vikings and they go, "Oh, we don't think they're gonna do anything, so.
Well, they're not going to trade for a quarterback. That's a given. I wouldn't think they're going to trade. I don't think Matt Stafford's going anywhere because the Rams will start coming back now and
Yeah, I don't-
making
yeah.
a season of it. They could use a cornerback.
Yes, they could.
The guys they have back there now are iffy as far as I'm concerned, but maybe they'll pick it up Sunday night against Indianapolis,
Well,
which
you
is
know-
a game they better win.
Their defense was so successful the first couple of games, but as we've mentioned on this program, over the years, it only takes a couple of games for a defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator to figure out how to beat our defense.
Mhm.
And the Rams, well, Detroit before that, and the Rams did it last week. You know, we have no backs that can do cover one-on-one, you know, and then they play zone and everything's short.
Yeah, they beat big chunks down the middle of the field.
Yep.
On that defense. We needed somebody like Coy Parrish, roam in the middle of the
Yeah.
field. I mean, how big of a pickup was that for the
Yeah.
Gophers?
Or Jack Tatum.
Yeah, yeah, somebody.
They were
really
afraid to
hit
go
somebody.
across.
So that's, you know, that doesn't, you know, hopefully they win. They can't turn two. I didn't want them to turn one loss into two,
Yeah.
and I don't want them to turn two losses into three, because now your season's starting to sink.
Right.
And not that they weren't destined to be Super Bowl bound this year anyway. So the way they started was fantastic.
Yeah, just to be respectable.
Yeah, that's it. And you know, Detroit, you could take the Detroit loss, but the Rams losses, that's unforgivable.
And
Shouldn't
then
lose that.
how about the Bears and the Hail Mary loss to Washington?
Well,
Wow.
I wonder how much that'll come back to haunt Chicago this
Yep.
year. I mean, that's something that should never happen. But it does. I mean, the percentages aren't zero.
Yeah, ask
I
the
mean,
Vikes.
Yeah, it'll happen. It happens.
Let's see, Timberwolves, we talked a little bit about that, how they're trying to be a little more cohesive
Yeah,
with their new players that are coming aboard.
and I told you that I don't know if it's going to be that great a season,
Well,
to be honest. I mean, if they might be 500, but I don't know. You got two guys who want the ball all the time. And
One new
Julius
guy.
Randle and
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards,
Yeah.
and the rest of them. Well, then Naz Reid kind of wants the ball a lot too when he's out on the court, and he shouldn't be handling it. He can shoot it,
yeah, he's a bank specialist. Everything he shoots is either banks off the backboard and goes in.
but he shouldn't be handling the ball out
No.
on the perimeter, or even, you know, well, if he's got a wide open lane to the basket, yeah, different, but.
Well, as I said earlier, I think a lot of their turnover problem is based to the fact that they haven't played together enough to know what the other guy's going to do and what's going to work for him. So, hopefully that'll come in time.
Well, that's the thing. 20 turnovers against Dallas, a good team. You give them 20 extra possessions.
Yep.
If they make 50% of those,
And
and if they're just 2-pointers, I mean,
and you lose by 5
that's
points.
20 points, and some are going to be threes, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of take that into consideration. But the problem is they're unforced errors. And it's not like they're being pressured into creating these turnovers. Maybe some of them, but I have watched enough games, the 2 or 3 games I've watched this year, there are just too many unforced errors.
Well, it's back to the same old game. Come down the floor, throw the ball, 1, 2, boom, 3-pointer. 1, 2, boom, 3-pointer. Nobody rebounds. Nobody goes after a ball. You take a shot. I was always taught, if you take a shot, you go after your shot. You follow the shot. These guys just follow it right to the back of the boom there,
Yeah, and they're back down on the
back
other
there in
end
the
of the court.
court,
So they do have to rebound better, they have to take care of the ball better. They'll be fine then, but it's hard to say whether they'll do that or not. The
Hey.
Minnesota Wild,
Looking good so far.
they went on a 16-day, 7-game road trip, I believe.
Yep.
And they came home with 11 points out of that deal, which
Pretty good.
pretty good.
Yep.
I mean, it's not obviously going to determine if they're going to make the playoffs, but had they lost and didn't get any points, that would have put them in a big hole. So they're doing okay. Kirill Kaprizov is playing better, I think, this year than he did last year to start the season. He's on pace to maybe get produce over 100 points because he's getting multiple points a game
Right.
now.
But these are the games that you need to win if you want to make the playoffs. The beginning of the year games, so that when you're going to hit a slump sooner or later. They always do. Every team does. But unless you're like Edmonton and you win 17 in a row. But like you said, Gary, the Kaprizov is playing better. They're starting to get some of their guys back that are hurt. But again, and I mentioned this to Ron before the show, I said they just don't have that enforcer.
Well, Faber got in a fight yesterday. Not that Faber's an enforcer, but he got in
the
a fight
popcorn
against.
guy.
Yeah, he got in a fight with a Pitts. That bugged me because Sidney Crosby, I think, tried to hurt him
No.
when he took him down by the boards. He ran and he grabbed and his legs twisted.
Yeah.
And they tussled a little bit when they got up, but then this guy from Pittsburgh jumps over the boards and goes
Look
right
at
after
Faber.
Faber, which should have been an instigator penalty number 1 because he wasn't coming on the ice to change shifts. He was probably told to go out on the ice and
Kind of like when Neil Broughton beat up Gretzky.
yeah. So that really bugged me when I saw that. I watched it last night. I didn't watch it, but Marc-Andre Fleury, last game in Pittsburgh, had a pretty decent game.
Well, again, we come to the end and we forgot the Twins, but so is everybody else.
Yeah. So for Mike Egan, I'm Gary Giambetti. We'll see you again on Home Team Advantage.
For over 25 years, U.S. Bank, located at 211 East Howard Street in Hibbing, Minnesota, has provided office and studio space for Hibbing Public Access Television. We are thankful for their ongoing support. HPAT thanks Premier Fitness at the Lux for their donation and support. They welcome individual and family memberships. To learn more, call them at 218-440-1191. Up North Lettering specializes in embroidery and heat vinyl press applications, along with patches and letter jackets. For more information, call them at 218-966-7850. HPAT would like to thank them for their donation and support. Hibbing Public Access TV may be viewed on these platforms: hpat.org with video on demand, Mediacom Hibbing 802, 805, and 807. On Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Download the Hibbing Public Access TV app for your iPhone and Android devices. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Vimeo. For more information, scan the QR code and go to hpat.org.